Hello, happy Friday. Friday still rocks even when you're building a business, multiple businesses from home. What am I doing? I don't want that. I want the coffee because we're about to make my collagen coffee. It's the weekend. What do you have planned for the weekend? Tell me below. By the way, this shirt was always huge, but yeah, it's kind of problematic. Might have to tie it a little bit. That's what we'll do. We'll tie it a little bit so that we're not showing everything and Mark Zuckerberg get to tripping on me. Why is Mark Zuckerberg always tripping on me? Nice, healthy amount of the MCT oil creamer. My little spinny brush does not want to spin. It was time to change the batteries, and sis does not want to do her job. So let's use this plastic fork. And get to stirring here. Stir it up. Just stir it up. This is my focus coffee. So you get focused, you get healthy brain aging. I call it smart coffee because it helps me learn and focus and concentration, and it's got L-theanine in there, which is going to help with that zen-like and the alpha waves and all this other fancy stuff. So I really prefer my magic mixer, but there are brand new batteries. Oh, actually there aren't any, but when I put the batteries in there, I've tried like several times. It didn't want to work. And those were brand new batteries, so I took them out. I'm going to buy a more expensive one because that's like the third or fourth one that I have bought. I almost was about to put more almond milk, but this is iced coffee, so we need room for the ice. There she go. Get some ice in here. So we got my iced coffee ready. Probably head out for a little bit of a walk. That's good. Got that mug, I love it. It's also time to get trim. So we're gonna get trim and get ready. So this is kind of like my morning routine. I actually made a mistake and took my burn off camera, so y'all gonna have to forgive me. Actually, what I'm gonna do, little beads everywhere. Hold on, because y'all know me. I don't like messes. And now I gotta sneeze. Bless me, because that one was woo, baby. Woo, baby. Okay. So that made me think of this discussion in the family chat yesterday. So I guess the shade room, somebody, Case, said that Charlie Wilson outblows Luther Vandross. And so my instigator daughter, the oldest one, threw in the family chat that he wasn't lying. And my mom, who is a big fan of both, said it was a tie. I said Luther. My youngest daughter said, Luther too, and that my mom was just biased and she didn't want to admit it. So there's this whole thing going back and forth, right? That's the whole point of me saying this, right? So my question to you is it Uncle Charlie Wilson, or Luther, in your opinion? Who is better? I think they have two very unique styles, but I'm going with Luther because Luther is, I mean, that voice is like butter. It's like velvet, baby. Like, there's just no other. Like, no, Luther. Yum, yum, yum. I want some water. I was a little worried about how that would taste, but no worries to be had. No worries to be had at all about adding a prebiotic to the mango axis. So the reason for this, healthy gut lining, right? So you want healthy gut lining because it's going to help you better to absorb the nutrients, and I take a lot of nutrients these days, okay? And it's also going to help with bloating. And just one day I can already feel it's gone down. It's gone down. I just don't want this apron to sink any lower though, so I need to put my waist trainer neoprene thingy on. We'll do phytos and go later. We'll start these and we'll get into the ova. Let's put this milk back in the refrigerator. Knocking stuff down. And ice. Let's put the ice away. Let's put the water away. Okay. So I originally woke up and thought I was going to go out for breakfast today because I got paid. Because getting paid daily, twice a day, is nice. And you can do things without having to say, oh, I got to wait till I get paid, right? So I was thinking about going and getting a mimosa flight and all that, and then I got to watching this live video, and here we are. So over, because your girl is in a little bit of a, I don't know if the temperature changed or what, but I'm feeling a little warm this morning. So we are about to make it over. We're taking over because so ova is your best friend if you are in your 40s or 50s. And I'm just going to say, I'm tired of y'all trying to tell me you don't have menopause symptoms, because you do and you just don't know it. Because you think that because you don't have the most commonly associated with menopause symptoms that you don't have menopause symptoms. But I guarantee you, if you look at the list, which is at least 40 symptoms deep, you have experienced at least a handful of perimenopause and menopause symptoms, okay? Now, this is specifically formulated for some things such as hot flashes, night sweats, mild symptoms, mild hot flashes, night sweats, vaginal dryness, low libido, things like that, right? And mood and the anxiety, right? Which is primarily for me, for mood, because y'all already know your girl be crazy. Y'all already know. Y'all know, especially if you know me a long time. You know I don't play, right? It's funny because I was thinking before this, like, oh, people think I'm mean. I don't know. They just don't know I'm the spawn of me. I actually try to be nice. I am the spawn of mean, though. My mom, all right? No, so over M. There's also an incredible menstrual formula that comes in a blister pack, looks like birth control, that syncs your cycle. It's pretty incredible. I mean, and revolutionary, because they actually put extras in there. So in case you run out while you're waiting on your subscription to come in, that you have extras to tide you over. It's 3 different formulas in there, and you don't have to worry about knowing which, because you just follow the just like you would with birth control. So it's cool. So we're gonna go ahead and start my Omega Complete. So let's go back to OVA, because the reason why is your hormones, right? Your hormones aren't just, okay, so I'm going to tell you a little story. So my grandson, I can't remember how it came up, but somehow his mom in period came up, and I think I might have even asked him, do you know what a period is? And he was like, yeah, it's when girls get all mean and they want to eat chocolate. And I'm like, I don't know, only a man told you that. I know a man, that you got that definition from a man. And I was just curious, and I didn't know where his mom had been with him with it, so I kind of left it there. And then I kind of told her, and she just kind of rolled her eyes. But it's like, okay, we got to work on that definition, buddy, because none of them like that. None of them like that. And y'all probably don't want to see my pits right now either. So that's the thing. Everybody associates hormones most immediately with mood, right? With mood. And you also likely associate hormones with progesterone, testosterone, and estrogen. Did you know for women there are like, I think 50 hormones? 50 hormones. Your hormones are responsible for so much functioning in your body, and those hormones need key micronutrients and trace minerals to remain at optimal levels, which, by the way, just like collagen and hyaluronic acid decrease with, in your 20s, your hormones, it starts in like your 30s, mid 30s and early 40s, that your hormones start tapering off. And hello, that's why you start getting the mid-belly weight gain, right? So when you tell me, oh yeah, I got lucky, I didn't have to deal with any menopause stuff, you just mean you didn't have to deal with hot flashes. That's primarily what most of you mean. It's the same as when I'm looking at someone and they tell me that they don't wear makeup, but you got on mascara and you used a brow pencil and you even have on lip gloss, right? Might even have on some eyeliner. You mean you don't wear foundation, but you do wear makeup, right? So it's the same thing I'm finding with menopause and perimenopause. Y'all think because you're not having hot flashes, night sweats, and the things that women are most loud about, or that men are most loud about, the moodiness, the anxiety, the rage, that you don't have symptoms. And I'm here to tell you, chances are that's just likely not true. Okay? Because the list is at least 40 symptoms deep, and things are on the list that I just didn't know, right? Like, the internet literally almost had me thinking that I am ADHD, and that I have been my entire life, and I just went undiagnosed and I didn't know. And come to find out, it was not ADHD. It's my hormones. Okay, so a couple things that happen in your 40s and 50s that are hormonal that you might not realize it, or you just associate with, okay, that was the hormonal phase of my teens. Check this out. Acne and breakouts in your 40s and 50s is pretty normal. And that's why the Trebiotic works really well with the OVA in the balanced body system, because balancing your hormones can help clear up your skin, especially because your skin is directly related to your gut, because it's one of the ways that waste gets out of your body. So you can definitely, think about that could be a perimenopause or menopause symptom, okay? The ringing in the ears, I've got it right now. It just doesn't stop. Sometimes it gets louder. It just doesn't stop. The tinnitus, or however you pronounce it, that's hormonal. Like seriously, did not know that. The lack of concentration, the lack of focus, the forgetfulness, it's all hormonal. I mean, I'm not saying that's all it could be. Of course, consult with your doctor. But when you tell me that you don't have menopause symptoms because of the length of the list, and I think the list keeps growing, I'm going to say that chances are you do have some menopause symptoms and could benefit from this formula. Now, whether or not that is true is entirely up to you, but I do got a 30-day money-back, empty bottle money-back guarantee as well, okay? But if you want to look your best and feel your best, you got to work through balancing your hormones. You've got to work on the gut-brain connection, the axis. Did you hear that? The axis. Is that a shadow? Okay. The axis between gut, brain, and skin. Right? So optimizing your digestion and healing your gut lining and balance your blood sugar. Okay? Because that unbalanced blood sugar and the hormones can also be leading to some other dry itching, especially in like the lower leg, right? That's also part of, the leptin and leptin resistance in the midsection. Now, I can't name out medical issues because I'm not here to diagnose, treat, blah, 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 blah. These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA, blah, blah, blah. But they do, the formula is patent pending. Patent pending. So what does that mean? That means that in order for you to take natural ingredients and slap a patent on them, you have to have clinical studies, clinical research behind them. So that's one of the key differences of what makes this different than the stuff that you can find on your drugstore shelves, on Amazon, and yada, 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 and so on and so forth, like Homeboy said in Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. Okay? So, chances are you do have... I didn't know how we wound up here, but I'm glad we did. I am really glad we wound up here because we needed to talk about this. Because y'all running around here talking about you don't wear makeup, and you do. And you're also talking about you ain't got perimenopause or menopause symptoms, and baby, you do. Okay? So, I got something for you. And here's the deal. What's the worst case scenario? Because your hormones are in decline anyway, whether or not you think you have symptoms. Your hormones are in decline either way, boo. Okay? So your hormones are in decline, and that is causing all these other things. And even if you think it's not, the fact that your hormones are in decline, how do you optimize your hormones when they're in decline? You need this formula. I'm going to tell you, try this formula. Try this formula so that because I want you, listen, there is a movement. I was on a live this morning, and this girl who is like in her 30s, she's like, yeah, most of my team, because I was like, yeah, I'm on journey to 50, right? And she's like, yeah, most of my team is like your age or older. And she showed me this girl. She showed a pic, a before and after of this girl, this lady, because she like 56, a grandma of 3 with abs, right? Showed her before and after, right? So 50, because I remember my favorite best teacher ever was 50 when I was in 6th grade. And she looked so old to me. And I don't say this to be mean or hateful. This is the perspective of a 12-year-old. She looked so old to me. And we already know Gen X just don't look like, 50 today don't look like what 50 did in 74, 76. It does not, right? It don't, right? So we want to look our best. We also want to feel our best. I am not trying to just look pretty in a casket. No, I am not trying to look pretty in a casket. In fact, I ain't trying to have my casket drop anytime soon. I mean, like your girl trying to live to 120 and die restfully, peacefully in her sleep like Moses, okay? But look good and enjoy life all the way there, right? Look good and live life all the way there. Because I believe it's possible with modern science, medicine, and healthy living lifestyle choices. I really do. Okay, so this is a little longer than I intended it to be. I love this hair. but I hate it too. So let's go ahead and at least get these adaptogens in my system. Get these adaptogens in here. I really fight the urge to come on here and tell y'all about all these incredible ingredients and what all these things can do for you. Because, child, I really nerd out on it. It is so amazing how this stuff has been formulated. But it's so much more effective for me to come on here and tell you how good I feel. I mean, okay, first of all, y'all should be able to see the difference in my lives, right? Like, a few weeks ago, a few months ago, I go live. First of all, most of the time I didn't even have the energy to go live. Like, it really had to be something for me to go live, right? Like, I would go live, I would go on a streak, and then I would stop. I would go on a streak because, my mood, my energy, my focus, my concentration, my get up and go just was not there. But have you noticed since I've been taking these products, a lot more fresh, new live content and my energy on the content? Okay, now, this hit me last night, and I'm going to let it hit you. It's about to hit you now. If you've been watching me, you know. Typically, when I go live, I get to talking about something, and then I'm like, and I don't even know where that was going. Now, I'm not saying I haven't done it since I've been taking these products, but it's gotten less and less and less. I will say that, right? So I'm just saying there's something to it. You decide what you're going to do. All I know is over here, I'm going to look good. I'm going to feel good. And I'm going to live life to the fullest for as long as humanly possible. You hear me? You heard? All right. So I've been meaning to bring this up. Before I go, remember, 5-day body balancing, hormone balancing body stacking challenge starts. All natural. You don't have to buy any of the products. We're just going to walk you through 5 days of habits and things that you can do each day to help optimize your hormones, to help stabilize your blood sugar and optimize your digestion. Okay? So I'm going to go because I can talk about this all day, forever. And I don't know why. My head must just be really huge lately because this wig been getting tight and giving me a headache. So I'm going to go now.